Hey Yagaho, this is Kooper, Utah Jasmine head coach. This is the Season 4 draft recap video, Abridged, in under 10 minutes. If you guys want to see a more detailed, thought-out video, you can go watch the one that's 1 hour. But this is the one for you guys who do not have an hour to waste listening to Kooper talk. Alright, so let's get started. Round 1, I wanted Infernape, because it was the only BL that I actually was interested in using. Infernape got sniped by Winnipeg, so too bad. I wanted a spinner. My original draft plan, I was not sure where I was going to get a spinner, or who was going to be that spinner, but, so, yeah, Starmie's here. Starmie's who I picked. It has reliable recovery. It is a fast spinner, which is one of the fastest spinners. I don't like Excadrill, because Excadrill comes from 5th gen, and I hate 5th gen, so I like to pretend it doesn't exist. Yeah, it's relatively fast, which is something I didn't have in some past seasons for non-megas, so that's kind of cool. Moving on to round 2, Togekiss. I enjoy paraflinching things. I have no shame in doing that. I've been doing it since 4th gen. Now I got the fairy typing, and that neutrality to fighting is now at quad resist. I'm very excited for that. I've not got to use Togekiss with the fairy typing. That's pretty great. Reliable recovery, even has heal bell and whatnot too. So it's also a defog option. Another option to remove hazards. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Round 3, had to replace Infernape in some way and decided to go with Lucario because it also gets Swords Dance, Nasty Plot, Calm Mind, and Bulk Up. And unfortunately does not get some of the other niceties like U-Turn and Stealth Rock that I would have enjoyed having with Infernape, but oh well. It's at a UU price instead of a BL price, which honestly kind of works out worse because it throws out you being able to take this at a slot cost instead of a free point cost. Because I already have 2 other UUs planned, and this is going to make me have to take those out of my free budget instead of being able to only have 1 come out of my free budget. But Lucario's pretty alright. Fighting Stab, you got to take at some point, I think. And it also pairs somewhat well as a tandem with Togekiss in terms of defense, quad resisting rock. That's kind of cool. Also happens to resist steel and poison, which Togekiss is weak to, and Togekiss can cover most of Lucario's weaknesses, so I just kind of thought that was kind of neat. Not necessarily that I'm going to use him that way, but it was neat. Round 4, Miguel, I picked this second because Miguel already had Thunderous Eye in my wheel pick, and therefore he's not going to take Zapdos. So we hooked back up with Zapdos. Zapdos is amazing. Moving on. Round 5, we have Bulky Water time. I did not want Suicune back because it does not have Recover. And I got sick of having to either use Lefty's Protect and then get knocked off, or Rest and then kind of have to use Rest Talk. So yeah. I wanted some sort of bulky water with instant recovery. Water Melodic because it actually has instant recovery in the form of, Recover. As well as, some other stuff with competitive and whatnot. But, New York Yankees, grab that. So, next best thing is Vaporeon. Arguably, I wanted Vaporeon more, but, I was trying to decide. But, anyway. So, I got Vaporeon. Wish Pass is pretty good. Although most of my stuff has reliable recovery anyway, so we don't really need it. And, other good stuff. Toxic Wish Protect, scumbaggy stuff. Water Absorb to switch into Scalds. Good stuff, good stuff. I do enjoy the Vaporeon. Round 6, to close out the Clerics, which Vaporeon also has Heal Bell. We got Fat Pink Thing of Choice, Blissey. I like Blissey more than Chansey because I don't have to worry about it getting knocked off and then being considerably less useful. Gets HP back at the end of every turn with leftovers instead, which is quite nice. Actually has a special attack stat that can be used to do things like Ice Beam Landorus's and, Thunderbolt Gyaradosis and other stuff like that. I just generally enjoy Blissey more. Again, it was more used in 4th gen, so clearly that's what I prefer using instead of Chansey. Round 7, I decided to go ahead and take my first RU. I wanted Prankster on the team somewhere, and Whimsicott was a proven commodity from seasons past, so let's go. I went ahead and re-upped him. Because I already have a couple of them bred, so we can do that too. I believe this ends up being the only source of knockoff on the team, which is kind of funny. But yeah, Moonblast got like 4 kills against Steve last season, which was hilarious off 77 base special attack. So yeah, Whimsicott's great. Moving on, Inu, I wanted Electivire because decent amount of power for an Inu. I was lacking in some physical attack power. Most of the stuff I got so far is special, so I kind of wanted that. Also wanted the electric immunity because we've got 2 water types and a flying type that's weak to electric, and the only resistance so far is a Whimsicott, but unfortunately Vire got sniped, so I decided, I'm gonna dig back into the 4th gen vault and dig up this dude who always handled crap for me which is Dusknoir. I'm pretty excited to be able to use Blissey and Dusknoir on a team. That's the traditional, Xerxes duo that is near and dear to my heart. So definitely looking forward to that. Pretty sure nobody, if you started in 5th gen or later, has any respect for Dusknoir. So we'll see what Noir can do. See if we can have an old dog come up and just keep using the old tricks that I enjoy him using. Round 9, we have Aggron. It's the boss god. You guys knew I was gonna pick it, right? It was just a matter of when. So moving on. Venomoth in round 10. This was the leftover BL pick. I didn't really want to use anything in BL after Ape. Maybe like for Alligator, but that wasn't gonna stay there. The stuff left in BL was like Smeargle, which I guess I could have taken instead if I was just gonna use Baton Pass. But at least Venomoth can actually use the boost itself with Quiver Pass, of course. Klefki was another consideration to spread more paralysis around for Togekiss to come in and flinch axe everybody. But I decided, I guess one Prankster is good enough. The threat of Quiver Pass is pretty terrifying, and Venomoth's got some decent abilities too. Tinted Lens, so it doesn't get resisted all over the place, and Wonder Skin is kind of hilarious for making T-Wave have 50% accuracy, etc. Also gives me access to Toxic Spikes. Klefki would have given me regular spikes, but I guess Toxic Spikes are good too. So, Mega Round. I had decided before the draft even started that, okay, here's 12 Megas I'm okay with using. I know I'm going to draft a mostly defensive team. Most Megas are geared towards offense. I think we'll be alright if I can pick up any of these 12 Megas. And since everyone can only take one Mega, I'm not going to get sniped on my 12th Mega. Of course, people were picking Megas that I wouldn't have used, so that made it even better. I had an actual choice. Mega Gallade was there. Mega Gallade's cool, but I already have stuff in its speed range. I already have a fighting type. So it actually boiled down to Mega T-Tar because I really like the Impervity to knock off, and my team having a lot of reliable recovery can definitely deal with the sand damage and get chip damage and everything else. Also just the stupid high base stat total. Also, I don't really care about the 4x fighting weakness because I have a Dusknoir, a Togekiss, and a Zapdos. And actually Starmie, Whimsicott, and Venomoth all resist fighting as well, so that's kind of nice. But ultimately, I decided I was going to go with Mega Charizard X, specifically for the electric resistance with the dragon typing. And also, either way, I wanted the Dragon Dance presence in some form or fashion, and didn't have a Source of Fire Stab. And a Source of Fire Stab's pretty good for breaking down steel types, etc. And just Zardex is, in general, pretty solid. Not the best Mega, but taking it second to last pick overall is pretty alright, I guess. So, yeah, that's the Season 4 draft. This is, by far, I think, the 11 between this team, Season 3 team, and Season 2 team. This is definitely the squad that I am most comfortable using. I am most excited to use. It's got a lot of stuff that I've used in the past and really liked, and it's got a couple of other things that I've used in this format and had some success with, so I'm very excited for this season. We're going to be playing in the Diamond Division of the Sinnoh Conference, so that's going to be cool. We get to play John twice, that'll be great. And yeah, this video got done in under 10 minutes, so awesome. If you want to hear more detailed stuff and hear a lot more stuff in general, go watch the other video that's like an hour and a half long. So otherwise, thanks for watching, and that's about it. Later days.